Take care. Take care. Let's start the analysis. So BTC weekly, monthly. 50 EMA has been hit. We even went below it this month. This is the 4th week of the month. So what do we need to do? We need to hold, I would say there's a monthly range here, but this weekly, we need to go above it. So if I talk about weekly, there we go. We are below it now. We close. If we close below it, it's going to be the first time we close below it. So in order for us to see that 72, which is right around here, and then go higher, this we could even perform like a daily mean reversion. So, but in order to do that, we have to gain 68,721. Now, if we go on the daily, it is completely now clear that we are holding the 5 EMA for 1 day, 2 days now. For 2 days, we went below it, we came back above it. If we take a look at this on the daily, okay, this does look like a W pattern to me. Talking about that 72K, right? But this is a daily W pattern. So if it wants to basically start paying off, it's gonna be over the week, next week, upcoming week. We do have the side range below the previous side range. If you take a look at it on the 1 hour. So this side range was a wide one, right? The previous week. Let me just have the previous week. This was previous week, right? Side range, very wide, very ugly. Now this week's, however, is very narrow. This tells me that there's a move coming. Now it's just up to me to guess the right side of the move. Is it upside or is it downside? Very narrow. Starts from here. Right there, formed it there. So back on the daily. This is where we are. We're above the 5 EMA, but we're below the 13. We're obviously looking for maybe a mean reversion towards that daily 50 EMA, which at this point, it's even below this. So I've talked about that weekly 68,721, which is going to be right around here. This is what we have to gain in order to continue up. We do have this red vector at 73.073, give or take, which looks good for a hit. And then after that, we can talk about the higher. But let's go level by level. So over the weekly, there is a weekly level over here, but there's also a daily level right around the top of this where we dumped it, right? So if I just scroll back all the way and zoom in here, that wick is basically around this area, right? If you just go back right there, see that is very important to be hit right there. Now I could bring it a little bit lower if I want to, but I think, oops, but I think we're looking at a good daily, right? Yeah, right there. I could just bring it a little bit lower right there. You could see multiple rejections, all of these rejections on the daily, and then right here we tapped it. We got rejected, but we didn't lose the bullish structure that we were doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of a downward moves, and then finally on Tuesday we broke the structure towards the downside. We basically held it at the lows, and then on the Wednesday we pushed it up. So, and then we broke it, we held above it, and then continued. And now we held it here on that dump, and right now we're here. So this time we lost it, and when we lost it, we lost a good chunk. We basically lost 10,000 as soon as we lost that date. So that has to be regained. Everything shows we have to regain that on the daily 4 hour. So 4 hour, I could see that there's a compression happening. All the EMAs are basically flattered. They are flattered. Doesn't mean that there's an imminent move coming, but there could be a move coming due to that. So compression is happening. Side range is below, once again below the previous one. So this point we could come and clear the lows. All right, we could clear the lows. Lows are a little bit wacky. I mean, we cleared it, then again we cleared it here, so you could look around. I would say, if only if it wants to come down. Where's that 1 hour coming from? There, let's remove it, unnecessary. Let me remove this drawing as well. I would say this area, yeah, I would say this area might be your interest for a wick to clear again these areas. But I don't think we have more. We have a lot of, this is 4 hour, yeah. We have a lot of longs there, but we'll have to see if it wants to clear it or not. It's gonna be 1.2 maybe. Where's 1.2? Yeah, right there. That's gonna be 1.2 from the daily open. So if it wants to dump 1.2, that is possible. That is a possible. So if I just mark this, where is it? Where's the price range? Or where you like, mark the days, time, was it time cycle line? No, these are cycle line. I don't want cycle lines. I want just a line, just a range line. Pretty sure it was right here somewhere. Info line? No. Fuck, I can't find it. Who was it? Forgot the flag mark, call out, table, pin, image. Price note? No. Thinking? Thinking? It's been a long time I didn't use it, that's why I can't remember. Highlight brush, no, it should be in here. Position, oh, there you go. There you go, measures. Yeah, okay, so we're talking about price range. Date and price. Let's just go with this. So it's gonna be 1.20. Has to be exactly that. There you go. So 1.20 towards downside. I have to then give these a look. Basically till there. So, but we have to gain back the side in order to continue up, right? That is the point if it wants to continue up on the 4 hour. Let me remove the big ones. Okay. Now at the same time, we could just hold it here. Go above the side range, hold above the side range, push, and then continue to hold. And then from here, you do another push towards upside. Into that 72. All right. So towards downside, obviously you gotta lose that silo first. Now there could be a lot of stuff here. First, clean the side high, come back to the silo, all of that. A lot of sweep stuff like that. But just talking about the main move here. So I think first you're gonna come down here, but then you're gonna get rejected on the way up. You gain the silo, and you're gonna end up down there at this time. This is gonna be, well, daily. All right, it does look like daily. That's a 4 hour, that's a 4 hour, and this is, I would say, another daily. So let's take two pictures. Let me hide these actually. I don't want them to be on my dailies. Okay, visibility. Yeah, I don't want them to be on my dailies. Okay, good. So we either have this. Oh, where did I go? We either have this W pattern in play, or the play is to break the silo and then continue down. One of these two dailies. I think I'm gonna put this on daily. It's gonna be on daily. There's gonna be a weekly thing too. That we have to get a weekly picture, okay? So on the 4 hour, however, we could say it's gonna be an intraday play for today. One of these two, and obviously we do have the possibility of a move down and a rejection in order to basically move down there. So it's gonna be our 4 hour. This is a bigger move. This, I don't think it's gonna happen today. Really doubt it. All right. So that's that. So based on chart only, okay? So what do you mean fail to up? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. My book is failing to update the online. Oh, good. So I would say based on chart only, it could clean. It is possible to clean the silo before going up, but fourth week, like second week, which ended up going high, if this is an accumulation. Okay. Now, if this is a distribution, if we close below silo, it's distribution and should see new lows. That's based on chart only. For today, you could break silo and hold it down and come back to the range. Okay. So for the hmm. Question, how is it gonna respond? Go question. It's 4 hour, really nothing comment yet. Okay. 1 hour. Right, now let's take a look at the licks and everything. Huge liquidation level there. They are fresh though, I could tell. Well, not, I mean, you could see as we were going, so people been longing all the time. So there's two, maybe just push it higher. If the bids are real, they don't want it, because it started from here. Now, by that time, it was already bold, but they made it bolder, probably right on key levels. Right, same with that. Interesting. Since this is the 4th week, I would like to take a gander on 3 days, 1 week, 2 week, and 1 month. Notes takes forever. Oh, baby, a lot towards downside. So, are these for real, or they're gonna get whacked out? And the way that the candlesticks are looking, if you can take a look at this on the candlestick, and when you look at it, nothing. I mean, they just holding it. That's it. So at the lows. So that might tell you something. That might tell me something else. What does it tell me? I don't know. Nothing. Nothing. Jesus Christ. Now, you're like, okay, yes, there is some around 66, but look at the highs. Don't you want to take those first? Right? But you're talking about 69. You're not even talking about 70. It will go, because I think when we come to 69, people are going to start ridiculously shorting again, and their liquidation is going to be at 70. And a lot of stop losses that then again we're going to go up there. 22, give or take, that's going to be, I think, the last place I think it wants to see. Right, because psychologically speaking, second week, mate. Second week, mate. Once again, yes, there are liquidations towards the downside, but bigger ones towards the upside. What did I do? In this structure, we're trying to find a ground. So there's a good chance that it'll continue up. That'll side low. Side high, that's very important too, right? That's not up here. Because we're at that week. It's beautiful. February. 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 Basically nothing towards the outside. Or like for the end of the month. Everything is towards the upside. We're talking about that 70, 72K probably. Probably. That's a monthly though. So yeah. So checking something to make sure. Don't like it there. Alright, let's talk about log orders. This is spot. First, well, I mean, let's just take a look at spot since we're at it. $60,000. We got what is that? 20, is that 60, 71? 71 millions at 60. A little bit at 61, 65. We got what, 19, 20 million there. Nothing really close to the price. We got, as we deviated a little bit towards the outside, 65. We got 65, 61 at 60. These are the upside. We got 69, 70, another 20 right there. And nothing much towards the upside, right? There's definitely more towards downside on BTC, on large orders, towards downside and then upside. So I gotta keep that in mind. Now, did I take a look at this on monthly, by the way? No. So I think I didn't take it. Oh, I wanted to zoom it. It's a little bit, I don't know. You would say. So we got a lot of liquidation around 69. Let's see if it was like that. Okay, so maybe for next week. I mean, just $1,000 for a week. That doesn't really sound like BTC, but what do you know? You could be surprised. You could be surprised. Look at perpetuals. Yeah, way bigger. So I don't know. That 67,933 is there to push the price higher or to grab it lower. Alright. Still don't see much asks around the top. Not much asks around the top. There you go. Maybe around that 68, 69. Yes, okay, but orders are basically not yet there. Maybe they'll come in. That's what I could say. lower time frame, obviously we got more liquidation towards downside on the lower time frame. We're clearing the medium leverages, and after every stack, we show a reaction. So the next one's going to be around the highs, or even at 70K, but around 69, 900, we should show a reaction then towards downside. Down historical pattern here. Right there, we went down. Right here, we went down. We tried to come back up, we couldn't. Came back down. We're trying to make a base here towards the upside again. Low leverage. We haven't even tapped into low leverages around mid to high 69 range. So it only makes sense for us to go up to clear those out. So large order, still not much asks, but we got some bits around 67, 60. I would say around 67 and around 60 were our bigger ones. That's large order. So heat map. So lower time frame shows liquidations around 67 and 69. I'm sorry, 66. But higher time frame, we're talking about weekly and monthly. So I would say 2 weeks. So basically 2 weeks. Monthly shows around 70K. That's that. We do have to talk about the weekly. So, because I'm in the analyzing mode, analyzation of my beautiful next week chart. Okay, let me talk about this. I gotta actually I sit and listen to what I do. Like I watch what I do right here. That's why I'm recording these. And I said to myself, last one was a pain. It was an hour and some 51 minutes I had to watch. And I was like, I'm gonna make this one shorter. And the only thing I'm doing is making it longer, I feel like. But anyway, time should not be something that I ordered. Alright, let's see. 666. It's a Kyokara version of it. We let it load everything. I'm waiting for the order book pressure actually. There you go. I could see some, huge buy pressure coming in. Not much sell pressure though. Not much sell pressure though. Some orders towards upside were removed. Some orders towards downside are still there, very close. Very close. And the order book pressure is there as well. The order book pressure is a little bit different in here. Let me just show you guys on a 15. So I could say like the bids came in big around here. They held it as it was coming down. There are some bids at where the price is right now, but over longer time frame, if you take a look at it, it's kind of clean. It's no interest in it right now. Some bids happen though. So okay. So for today, um, so large order suggests a wick at least to to low around 66, then come back up, but to to fill those orders, losing the silo will result in that. Even ETH is not looking healthy, honestly. Honestly. So what I was thinking about on Friday was it's gonna continue to go up, which it didn't. So my Friday was wrong. And what I was thinking about on Thursday, that was not a correct call. This is not a correct call because we were just consolidating on 19th, right? On BTC, we just consolidated. Doesn't really happen, did it? Where is 19th? Sure nothing happened, bro? No, we did move up. Yeah. What I was talking about on 19th? Did I just remove it? Oh, okay. So if it holds 67 on lunar, declare 68. So. Oh, we did that, but later. Later. Which one? So I know on 19 I was thinking about a move towards upside, but we did hold. I think this was 66. 66, 66, 15. What was this? 66, 18. This was 60. This is what I was talking about. 67. I'm talking about 67? That? 67 to 60. Do I even have that number? I don't see that number anywhere here. I did change the chart a little bit, so that's why. Let me see. Hey, not Arcats. What's up, bro? When did we last speak? I don't remember. How you doing, my friend? Doing all right. In August. That was when I think I was under the war. I was in war. I think that was when I was in war, right? Oh, your girlfriend rock Polaroid, right. I remember bits pieces, to be honest, where you were sipping someone else, sipping, whatever that fuck was. And at the end, you come to the conclusion that was your own fault. Oh shit. 67,260. It was right there. So we did hold that at 67 to 60. And I changed the line to parallel 4-hour BSL. Uh, and it did wick to 68,760, or not basically there. Went up to 68,760.68 something, I guess. 685.2. Is that a correct call? I don't remember. I don't. So that's a daily. Now let me copy the daily row because I usually use the daily for the weekly. So there you go. No, paste row. Where's insert row? There we go. There we go. You got down to 90K. That's good, bro. That's good, bro. I'll look at him. We'll look at him after I'm done with this. So this is my weekly pick on it, though. Let me tell you this. Oh shit. Insert right. Let's call it order book. I'm glad you're okay, bro, though. Order book. Glad you're still okay, bro. And everything, and you got down to 90K. I've been gaining. Been eating a lot of fucking fast food and shit food. You name it. You name it. Yeah. Just that. So that's a Kyokata. Everything is there. The pictures. All I need is just a weekly picture, bro. But we haven't yet gained that 68,000. That's important. That's important. The mountain itself are becoming alive. Interesting. Um, for this week, I would say if it's like second week, then pump after accumulation. If it stays below the 4-hour parallel channel around 67, then it goes down. Well, that's for the downside projection. I'm leaning towards yellow path or weekly move. It still has to gain the weekly level 68 total. Okay. Down to around 67. think To's downside is kind of last week's second week. We'll continue higher. Let's look at it. If you don't gain and hold the piece of hold the highs, fill the risks, and push it down. We are still consolidating. We're still consolidating, and this nothing happened. Nothing happened. So that's the weekly for BTC. Alright, so weekly for BTC done. Now let's talk about ETH. Let's talk about ETH. ETH is pretty straightforward as well. So this did happen, so it might suggest that we wanna, because last week we still, oh, this might be another consolidation of a week. Jesus Christ, if that happens. Let me take a weekly on it. So actually, hold on. Let's go on the daily. Monthly. Monthly looks like a hold though. Monthly. Daily. Doesn't look strong. Doesn't look strong. I can't say it's a V-shaped recovery on the daily as well. That's what you're looking at. Another V-shaped recovery. Daily. Above. So I could say like, okay, the V-shaped recovery happened. We broke the structure. Then yeah, you're going up. Probably around here. You gotta gain that 2000 first. 2000. So yeah. Like a vigorous push. And then from there you could go high, you could consolidate a little bit and then do other stuff. Yeah. But the V shape hasn't yet built. It most looked like more like a W pattern, if you want to call it. Instead of the V shape, we could do this as a W pattern. Hold on. Let me correct this. So, first leg, right? Second leg, right? And then you go high. Right? And then we move everything one leg higher. And then there you go. So you do this and then you move. Something like that. That looks much like it. The W pattern kind of sick. Now, if you lose that 4 hour, however, if you lose the daily, then no. For that. In any case, if you close below that daily, I think you're done, and you're gonna go for a new low. Which I doubt it's gonna happen. I think the last week, which is the 4th week, is gonna be something like the 2nd week on the majors. Oh shoot, I'm pasting it at the wrong place. Let me create a new row for my Ethereum. Shit, Ethereum. So yeah, basically that would be it. The 4 hour. We haven't been gone anywhere. Haven't been going anywhere. On the 4 hour, however, where's the psi range? I think that was, where's the previous psi range, and then where's you know. Show me the psi range. So this was the previous psi range. All right. This is this week's psi range. Look how narrow it is, right? Look how narrow it is. There's definitely a move coming. Just like BTC, it's like when you have like different type of trading, or you have different type of tools, right? You could tell that a lot of tools are now aligned for a move. Now it only comes to the fact that if I have the move right or not, which I think is going to be towards the upside. So all these holds around here might suggest we might not even gonna go. This is 1 hour, by the way. I was talking about it on the 4 hour. So 4 hour. I don't want to look at the dailies when I'm in the 4 hour. Does that make sense? Oh, because we're on the dailies. My bad. My bad. 4 hour. This is 4 hour. Okay. So 4 hour could wick down once again, but you have to come back up, hold the psi high, and then you'll be putting a fight towards the previous psi range, I would say, which is towards the upside, which I think it's gonna be there. That is one possibility. Other possibility is from here on the 4 hour, okay? Just hold daily, first push, hold, and then we push higher, right? Now, if the volume is there, the first push could be something like this, but then it immediately comes back down and hold the side high, confirms, gives you the confirmation towards a bigger move towards upside. Uh, but yeah, both guys. 4 hour. Obviously, if you do the wick, you get rejected, then you're definitely gonna see that coming in. But for today, I think we're only talking about the rejection because it's a weekend. Because it's weekend. Large orders. So let me talk about that. Look at the monthly. Holy shit! Around that 2168. I'm like, just take a picture of the monthly first, since we're at it. Jesus Christ, that monthly looks juicy towards upside.
tell me it's otherwise. I don't believe you. Oh, you didn't see it. Hold on. Take a look at it. Juicy towards upside. Juicy towards upside. This is 2 weeks. Not a lot at 1900, but these are all fresh. Look at these. These are not fresh. These are all the way from here. From the beginning of the month. From the beginning of the month, we went down, right? And at the end of the month, we're gonna come back up. That makes sense. No, that's what the liquidation tells me. Okay, I was about to just throw my phone down for no reason, specific reason. Yeah. First week. Yeah, these are kind of fresh, but that is a big one, right? You could even see that 2043 is a big one on a lower time frame. Obviously, on a bigger time frame, we know where we're going if we want to go there. But are we gonna clear these people out? I don't think so. I think that's a market maker. I think that's a market maker. So what are we gonna do today? Are we gonna perform a sweep both downside and upside? That could be possible. There's a little bit of sweep. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing serious. And this is 3 days. Holy moly. 1950. Yeah, this could definitely get sweet. And then with that we're gonna go up. What about large orders? Alright, around 1700 a bit. What is going on? What? Bits? I mean, that's the biggest one. 68. Don't be shocked if you hit that. Where are we right now? 72. Don't be shocked if you hit that 1960. See it right now. Ridiculous. Look at this. There are some big orders on ETH too. Around that 1938, something like that. So. So, perpetual, then we look at it on a spot. We look at it on the spot. That's interesting, right? It just came in, so the ask's like basically maybe just coming in. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Just because the ask just came in 1 minute ago. 1 minute ago. How much we sold in this range and how much? So self-build 1.64 billion. Our sell we still got there. 1 billion on each, both. Okay, how much buy order? Not much. Damn. Say hello to some more upside on ETH. I mean, ETH's been grinding down, so I think when it pumps, it pumps. Same ETH.
As we used to know.
Why the picture is like that? This picture is bad. Throw it out. I don't like to hold bad pictures like that. What? After this is gonna be Solana. After that, it's gonna be, I think, XRP, and then I'm done. Then I'm done. It's time consuming and it's brain consuming. So after I'm done with these, I usually like take a break because, like, you know, it's energy consuming.
I've been smashing overtime. I earned 62,000 this tax year. Overtime in what do you call it? In work, bro. I got fired.
And it's a long story. I don't want to, fuck up this recording. But if you're around after I'm done with these TA, I got stories to tell, bro.
Done 13,000 in overtime. Nice, nice. Basically, it's the end of the year here,
So nobody's hiring, right? I'm looking for a job. Both low leverage and high leverage suggest around 1940. Oh, sorry, medium to high leverage, but low leverage suggests 19,000 flat, which is not good. I don't think we're gonna see that. Those are fresh as well, so
doors upside maybe. I went on a solo trip to Turkey at the end of some smashed a 19-year-old. Bro, you real?
why did you smash the boy? Honestly, I was actually talking to a friend of mine. He was living in Turkey as well, and she said they are acting very bad these days. I want to come back home, and I was like, yeah, come home, bro. Come home, G. And then she was like, but you know what's going on here, or like at home, it's just unbearable. I'm like, I know. You don't have to tell me. I live in it. You have to tell me. So that's what it is, right? I love these musics, by the way, Dexter music. So high leverage, we do have both sides, but no, lower side. High leverage still has some towards uh, that area that is very interesting towards us for us. So a lot of high leverage is there as well. Let me just take a picture like this on this one. A lot of orders around that 2160. I think 2160 is
Actual interesting point. But at this point, I think it's gonna hold after it does whatever liquidity grab it wants to do. So let's talk about the order. So large order,
as so as I was taking pictures, a 1 minute, a big asks came in, but overall there are resistant bits.
Okay, so that's that heat map. Heat map shows big chunk of liquidations around 2160, and we don't write around. We have this, okay, 2160 from early month, which the fourth week could be targeting that, okay? And then levels, um, low LVG are around 1900, but uh, around 1940 shows some legs for medium and high LVG. All right, I'm gonna need a break after this. This is really hard for me. Every time we get to Sunday, like this is the hardest thing in my trading. Sit here and then take a look at this, like, because I gotta do the weekly projection, which is actually hard. This is, god damn it, this is mind consuming, brain consuming. How do you guys say it? Energy consuming? All right, let's switch to 8. Can I switch to 8? But yeah. Oh. Let's take a look at this. So Kiyokata shows that there are some orders around 1797, which we know around down there is there, but around that 1940, as I discussed, there's one order around 1938 too. Order pressure towards bids are completely visible. Nothing towards upside. There are no goddamn asks. So why would Ethereum wants to come up now? This is 1 hour. So even Kiyokata shows interest around 19. So I would say it's like a order book pressure too, and then we're good. They've been accumulating here. You could see the bids pressure are always there, and until the asks come in, gonna continue to go down, or basically hold it there. It's not going down; it's just holding it there. So, in order to go up, as I've talked about it on the chart, gaining the psi high, holding above it, can result in a liquidity clear out around 2027.15 for our level, obviously, and for longer time frame, we are looking at 2160, around 2160. There's no at, it's always around 2160. Failing to hold the 1952-57 will result in a down move to 1923.84
4,
and for a longer time frame, 1869.28.
so the longer time frames are meant to be for weekly, so let me just copy this whole row, copy cells, we'll go on to weekly. Paste it here. Nice. So we do need that Kilkata. Kilkata MMT. File. Create. Very nice. We change the order. Very nice. And then I think this is Kilkata, right? We move Kilkata to Kilkata. From order book depth. Wait, we do have one already, and this is interesting. Alright, we did have one. But anyway. Look, the last week I was doing it around the same time. Around here. Around this time. No, it's the same time again. I like it. It tells me like I got like some discipline. Some, you know. I like it like that. So weekly time frame, we are looking around that upon holding 20, 27.50. Yeah, failed. Will result in a. That's actually good.
So now let's talk about what we did last week. Let's talk about what we did last week. So I know on the weekly,
I do have to add the weekly chart to my weekly time frame.
right here, right here. Oh. But this happened, give or take. What's with the Dexter music? Bro, I love these pianos, bro. I love these pianos. Okay, they give me chill. They give me, like, you know, a peace of mind, calmness. Like, the pianos are great. You know, let me just say this. I hated the TV series before I listened to the music. Then I listened to the music, and I was like, you know what? I gotta watch the TV series just because of the soundtracks. And the TV series was actually great. Dude is literally like me, minus the killing phase. Anyway, um, so yeah, this happened on the weekly.
So
So now the question is, since we closed below the weekly, are you gonna go down now? Right?
So I'm gonna give this the weekly chart, which the daily is inside of it too, right?
So this is that. So the daily looks ugly here, absolutely disgusting, right? But right here, it has the meaning.
So I will say
That
we also let me just
lost
205.85. The TV series was good. I watched everything. I watched all of it, bro. All of it. The Resurrection. I didn't like the part when he was a kid though. That part of the TV series. The Dexter itself was the like one of the best though. Top TV series for me now. Lost, closed below it. Previous week. No, this week is still below it. We haven't yet closed it though. So this week hasn't yet ended, so I have to wait. Um and we and we did plane the high 2005. The downside arrow might be in play and and play if we don't hold the weekly. Okay, so we'll see what happened this week. See what happened this week. Let me just take a picture of the order button. Listening to a lot of pianos because they do not get too emotional and lose control of what I should not lose control, basically. So yeah. Very good. Okay, so that's the weekly. Now it's Solana's time. Jesus Christ, bro. This thing never ends. Help. This thing never ends. I actually didn't do my Friday last week because I was like, what the fuck is going on with this time frame? I was like, bro, really? Really? It's funny how if you take a look at these, not all of them, but these days I've been doing the same. I've been doing the same. Over the week, the time frame is a little bit different, right? The time that I did it. Thanks. Jesus Christ. Doesn't end, huh? Doesn't end. Alright, let's do Solana because I don't want the YouTube video to be like, I mean, it's already an hour. An hour and 30 minutes already. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about Solana, I guess. I guess no break for the wicked, huh? No break for the wicked. Let me actually drink some cocoa, please. Alright, Solana. What you got for me? Subhana. Basically didn't do much. You know, just consolidating, still holding the golden line, 8506, which was 84.59, I think. I changed it a little bit, moved it up a little bit. Yeah. Bro. That body looks good, by the way. Holy shit. You look neat. Holy moly, unbelievable. All right. So weekly on Solana. Still doing the same thing. Really nothing happened. Really nothing happened. I gotta work on myself. Yeah. So this does look like a W pattern to me. I mean, on daily. Let me remove this. This didn't happen. Yes, this is still in play. This is still in play if it happens on Solana.
Let me remove all of these. All right, let's redo. So we dumped it, right? So that's going to be your first leg of the W pattern. This is going to be the second leg of the W pattern if you go high. Meaning you have to hold here and you have to break the high. So you're looking for that 983. Then you have to hold the W pattern, hold the highs. Then you're talking about that 100 touch. On the daily, by the way. On the daily, by the way. 4 hour. We got a lot to do here. This is a 4 hour, by the way, not a 4 hour SSLVI. First, you have to come here. You have to hold this range, right? But you gotta break it. And to break this, you gotta touch down, touch up there, hold the range, and then voila. Now, how long you gonna hold down here? I don't know. Ask Vitalik. Oh no, it's Solana. Who owns Solana? Ask him. Her, whoever. So towards downside, you could come all the way down here because he did 2 wicks. This is basically similar to ETH. You could come around this area, clear the Saturday longers. Saturday, you sure? This is Saturday. Well, Saturday is right here. I mean, I don't think anybody touched it, right? But you can come down there, but you got to regain. You got to regain that 8505. If you come down, you don't regain, you're definitely gonna see 78. These are my 4 hour projections. Three types of move you could do. Tell me, which one you gonna do now? Tell me. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so we're below the daily at this point. Psychological range is very tightened. Now, if you want to talk about it, let's take a look at where was the previous psychological range. So the previous psychological range was this. This Wix, this wax psychological range is this. Super narrow, completely different. Now, if you take a look at it on the 4 hour, tells you a different story. Right? Tells you a different story. You could actually see that you are completely flattened on that EMAs. Consolidation and compression, completely visible right there. So, on 4 hour, compression is visible, visible. How do you even write visible? I forgot. Alright. We have to break it. Obviously go above the psi range, but then we have to hold above the psi high, I would say. Break psi high, hold above it to clean out 88,000, around 88,000. Clean out around 88 upon holding 88. Then we SOL could see 93 over the week and even 100
liquidity clear out if volume comes in. So,
Towards down. Let's now take a look at the other stuff on it.
Plata. Days. 84, we do have some on 84, 87, and 81. But 84, below 84, what is this? Around 83,583 looks very delicious for a wick. 3 days, huh? Let's go 1 week. Christ, source upside. We increase this. Okay.
Jesus Christ, source upside.
88,489. 88,489, and I mean around that 88 as we spoke on the chart.
It's to be grabbed.
Looks delicious.
Weeks. What you got there? Interesting on the second week. Interesting on the second week.
Second week. Around that 89 now. Talking about 89, below 90. Starts from 88, but it goes to 89. So interesting. Interesting.
I mean, the fourth week should be something.
If anything.
You know?
That monthly, Jesus Christ. And we do have some on 100 too. 98, 189. Mamma mia. Not bad on that one. I'm looking for 100.
Pay me. You know, in a very gentle way.
In a very gentle way, pay me. Surely it will, right? Surely it will.
That's how the market works. We take what we want from the market. That's how it works, right?
Surely. That's how it works, right? Probably that's how it works. Solana. Okay. Liquidations.
Please click blah blah blah.
High leverage 88, low leverage 80. Low 84. Low 84 on Solana. Medium leverage. We got from 83.62 to 82.48. That's where I think we're gonna go. Hours towards the upside. 88 is where there's a huge stack there that I think when we hit 88 it's gonna show a reaction. Okay. Low leverage. Again, 980, what is that? 89.77. We got 88.41, 88.14, and 87.78 on towards the top side. Towards the downside, we got around 84, 83.50, and 82. If it wants to go down for a reaction there. I hate when the picture becomes like this. Why? Goes big chunk around 66 and huge asks around 88 to 91. That's large orders. Heat map, liquidation on high time frame around 88 to 93 and towards downside around what was it, 80? Was it 80? 73. But that's for a month. What was the 2 weeks looking like? Trying to load. Yeah, 80. That's around 80. I don't need the picture. Around 80. Levels. Big chunk of medium and high. Big chunk around 88. And around 82 we got levels of low leverage. Alright, Kyokata on Solana. Solana is kind of restricted on that look. There is bids coming in, asks are there. Bigger asks around that 88. Oh, there's 87.48. And towards downside, we really don't have much for the order book pressure. I mean, give me a 1 hour time frame. Much better. So that 85, and then we go what to 80, 87. Okay. Order book pressure, that's going to be the last thing on Solana. XRP, I don't think I'm going to do it for the video. I'm just going to, after this, I'm just going to stop and then make my video. Then continue for a little bit. It's already been like 2 hours. So Solana, if it loses the golden 8432, let me actually fix this. I said so losing 8432. Move down to 81. Uh, will result in a lower low. I think lose that. Result. Result and a lower low. One thing to mention on the week, on the 4 hour. EMA crossover on 4 hour. I think I'm on daily.
Takes forever to load a picture, god damn it.
Come on, bro. What is taking so long? Piece of shit.
It's reconnecting now. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Motherfucker. What? Okay, we got it. Okay, good. It's either my keyboard's not working or we're really having a problem here. Alright, so over the weekly, um,
It's losing.
it's basically losing the 84.32 that will then move down to 81.18, then new LL. So did not go anywhere, consolidated. That's it. Solana Weekly. Dunzo. Done. Solana Weekly done. I think a leak can come back.